Still haven't had a nosebleed. This is a personal record.
Every time you say that, you get it.
No, I'm feeling strong.
I may say this for lunch.
I am. I'm peak of health right now. After this morning. I mean, you saw those kicks.
Yeah, I saw you fall.
Well, because roundhouse isn't my thing.
There's a lot of bugs.
There's a lot of fly just flew out of there. There's a lot of sand in there too. All right, well I bleached the heck out of this, so it should be good.
I'm drinking igloo water today.
All right, who's ready to dig dinosaurs? So 2025, the biggest challenge currently facing me is funding Texas through time, which I haven't touched on much. One of the most important projects that I've ever started in my life. And it's a big one. It's something that's gonna survive me and hopefully my children and my grandchildren. I mean, this is, when you found an institution like Texas through time, that's for perpetuity, right? So you're trying to build an endowment to protect it fiscally. You're trying to build a building and a collection that is engaging and keeps the public coming back. So currently, the biggest challenge facing me in 25 is how do I channel some of the successes that I've had in business into the success of Texas through time. We've got some great opportunities, and just really being financially responsible, investing wisely in these projects, being very cautious about the projects that we take on and their benefit to the company. But it varies from client to client. So our client in Como is a museum. They see value in having a large variety of bones for sample size, for diversity. And so for them and their narrative at the museum, the story they're trying to tell about Jurassic dinosaurs, every bone is important. Every bone is helpful. Even if it's just an isolated bone, there's a way to monetize that, because if it's a certain size or has a certain pathologies from a certain animal, you can sell the rights to reproduction to another company who's trying to complete a project. So at every turn, there is a way to leverage your investment against, to turn a profit. I think this is July 24th. And we are at Como Bluffs in Medicine Bow, Wyoming. So it's a really cool place, and it's an amazing opportunity for our crew. Time is really irrelevant out here. It's daytime and nighttime. That's the only time in the field.
Every day feels like 2 days.
Every day feels like 2 days. Yeah, post lunch, it's like you're starting over. So you really start to lose track of everything. Digging in the footsteps of Cope and Marsh from the Bone Wars. It's really a special place for that reason, because this is where some of the juggernauts of paleontology duked it out to make discoveries, and we're kind of picking up where they left off. It's a really tough place to work. The environment is trying to push you out every single day. The wildlife, the high elevation, the UV. So our objective from the beginning has been to work the main quarry, and there's still a lot of stuff to be found in there, but as we have opened it, in a really wide way, we can tell that there's some major dips and troughs and super high energy, and it really doesn't have the potential. So we started to kind of fan out, look for some new sites, and the find of the trip really is one of our volunteers, Bob, was out walking around and found this new sauropod, which it's the most exciting thing that we've seen in the ground out here for sure. Digging those channels and finding scattered bones is really cool, but this is just like a single disarticulated skeleton in a fairly low energy environment, which is exactly what we want. We want to find something that kind of died and was predated and is concentrated in one spot.
All the gear on the truck is from the summer. Except I did grab a pry bar, a rock bar for the jacket.
Okay. Don't wait, hydrate. This is the new sauropod site, because this is so cool. I mean, this is like classic paleo. This is what you want to see. A bunch of bones plastered in the matrix, very clearly diagnostic, very quickly diagnostic. And a lot of times we're dealing with cross sections and broken pieces, and you have no idea what's happening. But this site doesn't have any overburden. So we're literally just sweeping and brushing and shoveling away this loose powdery stuff. And what we've got is amazing fossils. We've got this huge sauropod rib. So imagine a 60-foot Apatosaurus or big Camarasaurus. And this enormous rib cage that you could use as a yurt. I mean, these things are gigantic. So we've got 4 feet exposed right now, but this rib could be 6 feet long. And then right here is a beautiful vertebrae. So this is a huge caudal vertebrae. It's about, I don't know, 8 to 10 inches long. So this is a very exciting site. And as we continue to spread out and clear overburden, we're just finding more and more bones. So that was Abby yesterday, finding everything with a shovel, but that's gonna happen. I mean, there's high potential to find the skull or skull parts. This is really finely laminated. It's not really thick. This is kind of maybe a post-flood event where the energy of the stream flow is starting to reside. Things are slowing down, so this animal didn't get tumbled really hard. We're not seeing a lot of broken stuff, are we? Yeah, so most of the stuff is complete. And the thickness of this deposit, when you look at the cross section, it's only about 2 feet thick, and then it's all mud. So that tells me that this is a much better site for us to find a skull. And you know, it's really awesome to see this. All of these bones are one animal, fairly concentrated, highly intact. This is the ideal scenario. Everything is in our favor. Hooray!
Smoky. It's something for sure.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Let me move this back a little bit. There's the brush. Thank you. I don't know. We're gonna find out though. It's got a lot of curves. It's got a lot of like just turns.
It could just be an ugly cross section up over it.
Yeah.
It's a new thing?
Just found it a second ago.
Sweet.
See, I'm seeing all sorts of turns, weird, kind of just looks like a big old rectangle in my opinion.
This real thin, webby part right here, that's what I would expect to see in a sauropod skull. The vertebrae have very large pores in the bone. This is very dense bone, but it's very thin. So that looks very indicative of some sauropod skull bones. And being in this big pile with the close association, I mean, it's really just a matter of time and moving dirt at this spot. We got it. We got a dinosaur. We got a dinosaur!
Does that increase the likelihood that that bone up there is skull? It'd be sick to find that.
Yeah. Probably be.
This is a skeleton. Like it's gonna be a pretty nice skeleton. Abby found this rib. We thought possibly it was connected to this rib up there. It's not. And there was some bone found up here. It kind of flares out. It's got this little boot shape. that makes perfect sense for a rib connection. Comes down here on the end, I found this bone, it's rounded, and I popped this piece out and it's got some really weird shapes. So the end of a rib should really kind of just round off and terminate. It shouldn't be bulbous, and it's sure, I mean, I guess it could be some weird pathology. You know, if this is a really old animal, some arthritis, yeah, that's good, you can do it. No bones, no bones, no bones. Yo, do look for tracks and stuff though. I know of her. Yeah, what is that?
It's a nipple
Where'd you find it?
in this hole.
Oh,
Look at that negative.
I think that's a track. Yeah.
It really does look like
Yeah.
a track. I just got excited by the nipple.
It popped out this conchoidal piece of sandstone.
Popped out of that.
Oh, yeah.
That is, yeah, that's a track. Now, it's not diagnostic. I couldn't tell you what it is, but for sure, that's super cool. A younger one.
A little baby.
If it was a stegosaur, it'd kind of look like a little puppy paw a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes you see sauropod tracks and you're like, are you lying?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Pour some water in it. It'll help define it.
It's just a big bathtub. Yeah, let's pick this.
Let's do it. Say less.
Yo, say that.
Ooh. Ooh, hold on. I want to go in again.
I would go in with the.
Yeah, that track goes all the way through.
That is cool.
This is unfortunate here. That bone is in a divot though.
I know. I'm trying to.
Did somebody step on it?
No, it's in.
No, I'm talking about dinosaurs.
Oh.
We're paleontologists, remember?
You said somebody.
Dinosaurs are somebody's.
Okay, hold on.
Yo, when you're done, can I have that glue? We found this little piece of rock sticking up here. We suspected we could find tracks. We now know that we found one for sure. This conchoidal mold popped out of the sandstone. We're starting to brush off the plain. We've got ripples, we've got ichnofossils of insects, and you can see where the mud is pushed up right on the edge of this depression. And there's a little bit of sediment that has filled it in over time, but this is the bed of the track, and we could pop that out and you'd have a perfect little dish in there. Well, this is a snapshot of the whole environment. Look at all the little ichnofossils, the little insects. I can't tell which way the track's going, maybe this way. But that definitely, the pressure of this animal stepping in the wet sediment pushed the edge of the mud up here. It cracked it. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty dope. I'm just trying to understand, looking at this, seeing the way that the sand is, I mean, I know we're on an anticline, so I'm just trying to imagine this horizontally, like I'm sitting in a creek bed, I'm watching the water flow. How are things piled up the way they are? Where would things intuitively be based on what the water's doing? It looks like we've got a little hump here, and there's a bone dam. So intuitively, there should be some more stuff deeper over here, and it is diving deeper, so that could be the trough. So I'm hoping that there's a bunch of big stuff on this side of the quarry. But the opposite could be true. It could have been flowing this way, hit the bone dam, and there is some deep diving stuff here. So either way, this is a good indicator that there's either gonna be a concentration of stuff here in a lag or on this side. It's just so cool to see the layers. I mean, we were in the creek yesterday, watching the sand grains just crawl along and all the heavy stuff move forward and concentrate and all the light stuff get cast over the top. And then that process just repeat itself. And I mean, water sorts things by size. Always has, always will. The points of these little ripples between peaks and troughs. It's what causes the turbulence to stir things up and cause the trough. which is a concavity for smaller things to collect, like skull bones, claws, teeth, all the small bones we're looking for. But this skeleton is not scattered far. It's in there. It was a great day. No, I'm just excited to have a clear vision of what we're gonna do to wrap this up. Look at our glorious neighborhood of paleontology out here on the plains. Woo, what a day! What a day, what a day, what a mighty good day.
Wyoming.
Hey, hey, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah. It'd be crazy if I threw corn in here.
Yeah.
Woo! I love Wyoming. So we're walking up on the Marsh 9-mile quarry that was worked in 1899. We have a historical photograph of a wagon and mules, crates set up right here. And they were obviously collecting a large amount of large dinosaur bones. So this pit right here represents kind of the dawn of vertebrate paleontology in the West. So Cope and Marsh battled it out for paleo supremacy here during the Bone Wars in the late 1890s. And this is one of the sites that's well documented, the 9-mile quarry. There's a lot of reverence at this site. I mean, love him or hate him, Marsh was a very, very important paleontologist and, you know, building the foundation for everything that me and my crew do to this day. And looking over the hill and seeing the top of the backhoe where we're quarrying now to know that, you know, Marsh was here sweating and digging and probably walked that ridge line. But to walk around this valley and find Marshifacts, as we've called them, old tin cans that look like they were cut with a knife. You know, this is an archaeological relic, and they're just scattered across the prairie. But these were the provisions for Marsh and his crew over 100 years ago. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of humbling. It was literally the Wild West. Everything was being written in real time. What we knew about dinosaurs, what we didn't know, how to properly collect and describe and understand the geology. It was Cope and Marsh trying to be the first to a new area, to find new fossils, to quickly get them back to their home institutions, to prepare them and describe them and take the glory. There were hostile native tribes out here. There were thieves and robbers, and it was a very, very harsh landscape. So I can't imagine, you know, doing the work that we do now in an environment where we're constantly looking over our shoulders. This dig has been fantastic. We've had some storms, we've had some challenges. Thankfully, there's been no major injuries, but it's tough. It's tough being away from your family and everything that you have back home. But the discoveries that we've made, the progress that we've made, I'm very pleased with. And I know our client will be pleased with too. We're digging over here. Yeah. Dude, that's the craziest thing ever!
Oh yeah, that's 100% real. It is a gorgeous tooth. I'm just like, I'm in disbelief. You know, that could have just been uncovered in the last 1 or 2 rains that we've had. I mean, the timing is perfect. But we've had 2 substantial rainstorms since we arrived. And that could have been it. And that's really a great framing point for what we do. It's one rain, it's one more shovel full of dirt. It's another foot. It's another quarter mile down the ridge. And when you turn back, you're kind of cheating yourself.
I feel the power. I feel the power.
You're in the shot.
Oh my God, look at the serrations on that guy.
Ooh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, that's a direct hit, guys. This is our last 2 jackets we're pulling out. We've got 2 quarries closed down, and we've got a tibia and looks like a vertebrae, but there's a lot of other bone in the jacket, so this is a great end to a fantastic dig. And we did so well, we're about to level up, go to Wyoming.
Go to northern Wyoming.
Yeah, where do you want?
Abby, I freaking love Wyoming. The wind and the sand and actually this is one of the better days we've had, even though it's a little windy.
Got plaster on my back. That was so cold.
Sorry. Anybody need to take down your awning?
I got one big piece out here.
This one I think is probably
That's like,
getting close to done.
that's
Yeah.
Today was awesome. Yeah. I mean, finding a tooth in the Marsh quarry, in the spoil piles of a legend was a great start to the day. We buttoned up one quarry. We started working, trying to close up our other quarry. And we just kept finding bones. Christina found an incredible sauropod tibia and got some great news about some future work. So the Paleo Mercs are gonna be on another mission here. As soon as we wrap this, we're headed further north in Wyoming to dig up a Tyrannosaurus Rex.